Current Tanki Online meta is whether or not you use the most broken arguments paired with Pala Cringe. Now, the reason I hate on Pala Cringe the most is because it's the most annoying and stupid hull in Tanki Online. And to make it more interesting, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the most underrated combos in Tanki Online that you could use that are pretty strong, but no one uses. As for always, this is just my opinion, and you are free to use whatever you want, but if you use Pala Cringe as a main, I will not respect you. Combo that I don't see much often in Tanki Online is Freeze and Hornet, typically paired with Defender, Hyperion, or Booster, but now since drones are being changed a lot, so I would highly recommend using Hyperion with this. But paired with Blaster or Lifeguard, this combo is, if not one of the most dangerous combos in Tanki Online if you play it super well. Now, the best modes that you could possibly play this in is CTF, RGB, and maybe Juggernaut if you're lucky. Now, the reason I wouldn't recommend using this in a control points battle or siege battle is because Hornet is a really fast hull, and you typically, if you pair it with Freeze, you want to get around the enemy real fast. And if you end up stuck with multiple people, you tend to struggle a lot more than you usually would with other combos. Now, the second most underrated combo in Tanki Online would go to Freeze and Mammoth paired with Trickster. Now, for Freeze overall, it's a pretty decent weapon, and Mammoth is a really slow hull in Tanki Online, but if you pair with Trickster or Crisis for a matter of fact, it is pretty enjoyable. I don't see many players actually playing with Mammoth overall. The only players I do see playing with Mammoth are non-rotatables or Teddies, and it's pretty annoying to see that, Mammoth gets no love in 2025. So it's a good combo, but there are a lot of drawbacks when it comes to it, that it's still slow majority compared to the more meta hulls like Viking, Hunter, Dictator, and stuff like that. So if you are a somewhat experienced player and you do want to try something new, do definitely try this combo out. Now, in Mammoth and Freeze, the best modes that you do want to be playing are CTF, RGB, Juggernaut sometimes if it's a close map, and control points. The next combo I would like to talk about is Hammer and Hopper. Now, a lot of players don't know that Hammer and Hopper actually synergize super well, especially if you're using something like Hunter Doppler or Heavy Slugger, something that has much of a distance to fire the enemy. Now, obviously, you would be using either Defender or Trickster. I would highly recommend using Trickster. Crisis isn't that great of an option, but the main reason I do enjoy this combo is because you can basically do a hit and run where you hit the enemy 2 times and then you run away, hide behind the wall, and then you come out behind the wall and then shoot again. Now, a lot of players that do use it are typically playing CTF, RGB, and Siege mode. Now, the next most underrated combo that I don't see being used by many players in Tanki Online is Crusader and Chef. Now, if you have the free-to-play argument that will pop up on the screen, if you do have it, it synergizes super well is because you could keep a safe distance, and it does super well in long-range maps, and majority of maps in Tanki Online currently are long-range, so pairing it with the crystal projectile from Crusader, it does super well with it. I don't see many players using it, as you probably could see on screen. I am absolutely tearing down enemies, and this is one of those free-to-play combos that you could actually counter most meta players. Now, the modes I would recommend playing this combo with is typically CP, TDM, control points. I think I said that twice. CTF. Juggernaut is also a decent option, but killing Juggernauts is going to be a struggle with this combo. And in my opinion, the last underrated combo is Vulcan and Aries. Now, the reason I say that this is one of the more underrated combos is because me personally, I have hit all-time new damage kill records with this combo. It's specifically good for control points and siege. If you are a master of siege and you want to farm points as much as you want to be using Vulcan. Now, the 2 arguments I would recommend using are either Vulcan Pulsar or Explosive Band. Explosive Band is what I believe it is called. Those will definitely be popped up on screen. Now, the reason I believe this is the most efficient if paired with Defender is because the sheer girthiness of Aries is enough. It has way more than enough health for you to survive any encounter with enemies. Are my 5 most underrated combos in Tanki Online. If you have underrated combos that I may have not said, do mention them in the comments down below. As for always, I'll see you guys all in another video. Peace out.